So with that said, let's get started with today's session.
Sure.
Very good evening, guys. I welcome you to the 8th meet of the Thane SolidWorks User Group Network. And we have recently hit a milestone of more than 500 members, and currently we being the second most largest user group, and the first being the New York City user group right now. So it's not the matter of competition; it's the matter of increasing growing the community in our country. Thanks a lot for your constant support. Thanks a lot for your interest in the SolidWorks user group, interest in the SolidWorks community, and with the same interest and passion, you have been here. So today the session is going to be a little different. Well, you all have used the desktop application of SolidWorks, right? And you have seamlessly used the desktop applications over the years now. But recently we have moved to the cloud-based platform. The Dassault Systèmes have moved to the cloud-based platform, wherein you understand that the future of design is nothing but collaboration. So we have the 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks, which is connecting the industry-leading SolidWorks 3D CAD solution to the 3DEXPERIENCE platform, and it's like a single cloud-based product development environment. So you can collaborate, integrate with your peers, and you can just make seamless designs effortlessly. So the 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks offers an intuitive and robust set of 3D design capabilities, which is combined with data management, conceptual design, submodeling, like parametric, organic, etc., along with your CAD application. So now you can connect with the right people in the right time, share the informations with the right tools, and you can get just one unified platform to make decisions faster and make it better. So to give more insights on the same, today we have Mr. Gurpreet Singh, sir. So thanks a lot for giving your time. He is our industry consultant, senior manager working at 3DEXPERIENCE Works, Dassault Systèmes. Over your past experience of about 20 years in the CAD industry and more than 15 years experience associated with Dassault Systèmes. Today he's gonna be sharing his insights on the 3DEXPERIENCE platform and how you can do better designs. How can you foster the capabilities of the platform very well. So with that said, I will just toss over the screen to you, and I will expect a little experience from your journey, sir. So can you just share it with all our friends, so even they can learn something from your experience and a pathway to guide their future in the stream of designs, in the stream of CAD industry, in the same of mechanical CAD design industry. So just share the screen towards you, sir.
Sure. First of all, I would like to thank Nikhil and all the user group members to give me a chance to talk about 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks. So I hope all of you are safe and healthy, and I hope your families and extended families are also doing good. I hope all of you must have gone through the vaccination as well. If not, so let's do it on priority for us and for our family members. So in today's session, I'm going to talk about 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks, but based on my experience and how I was when I was an engineer, how the things were and how the complete gambit is changed now. So I have experience of more than 20 years now on working on all these CAD applications. In my life, I have worked on almost all CAD applications, for that matter, whether it's SolidWorks or any other 3D CAD software. And I'm connected with the SolidWorks community since 2005. So it's been now 16 years working with channel partners, customers, and users across the country. And without talking much on myself, let me just jump directly into today's agenda. So wherein I'm going to take you through a quick overview on the comparison between a product and a platform. So we can actually take example from our personal life that what do we mean by a product, and then what is the power of a platform as such. And then we'll talk about a traditional work environment that we are following in the industry today. And then we'll also talk about the future work environment, which actually is, I'm using the word future, but that future is actually now in present, because there are a lot of new normals that have come in the current circumstances, and future has actually moved to the present, and this is what we feel that customers need to adopt faster, so that we can have an uninterrupted way, the way we used to design. That interruption that have seep in with the current situation, we want to actually get rid of that. And let's explore that how this platform, 3D Experience platform, is going to add a lot of advantage to the way we work in the engineering domain today. And then we'll also have a quick demonstration on 3D Experience SolidWorks, wherein I have taken an example of one of our customers called Biodap. So I'm going to take you through a quick demo as well, and then we'll talk about a quick summary, and then we'll open the session for Q&A. So probably I'll try to complete my presentation within around 40 to 45 minutes, and then we can have an open house for queries and questions. So when we talk about difference between a product and a platform, this is a typical example that we always use. So wherein I think if we go back a little around 15 years back, so wherein everyone has to use different devices to basically in our personal lives to do different tasks. So like I think most of you might have used Nokia or some other phone, but no, I have chosen Nokia because Nokia used to be one of the key, you can say, the king of the mobile phones. So that's why I've taken name of Nokia, BlackBerry, iPod, and Nikons, because these were one of the best products in their time. So for calling, we used to have Nokia. For sending messages, we used to have the BlackBerry set of devices. So where we used to use this BlackBerry Messenger, where we used to have a chat. We used to have a group chat with our friends and peers. And then for music, there was a revolutionary product called iPod that came into existence, where what we came to know at that point of time was I can actually have a complete almirah full of cassettes and CDs in my pocket, because I can have more than 1,000 or maybe 1,500 songs stored in iPod. And then Nikon, where we use Nikon as a camera, or maybe Canon as a camera for taking pictures, for capturing our personal moments, and basically then we need to have 4 different products to make calls, to send messages, to listen to music, and then to capture our personal moments. But then one fine day, we came with a concept of a platform, and this platform was Apple and Android. So now, do you need to use 4 different devices? I think the answer will be no, because everything is coming as an application on these platforms. So similarly, we used to have a lot of products. So 3D CAD, or for doing 3D CAD, we have a product. For simulation, we have a product. Then for collaborating with each other, we used to have a product. For doing few other tasks on the engineering or on the collaboration or management, we used to have different products. But then one fine day, we come across a platform where all these things are available as apps. So let me just take you through a little scenario that let's see that what product people are using these days. So if I start from a concept design stage, people use a lot of concept designing tools, maybe just to name a few, something like a Google SketchUp, maybe Rhino, maybe Alias, or maybe sometimes people use a 3D Max or some other applications to do their concept design. And then probably managing their data, managing tasks, planning a task for the team. People might use some applications like FTP space on the cloud, maybe Google Drive, Dropbox, MS SharePoint, or maybe using MS Excel, or email, send an email to a team member to basically assign a task. And then for detailed designing, probably we use a SolidWorks and maybe some 2D CAD application as well, something like a draft site for doing our fabrication design, or basically sending some information to laser cutting or some other manufacturing system. And then for taking feedback from the testing and the other downstream vertical departments, probably we use emails or WhatsApp, and then we use a physical testing lab to get our prototype tested, and then they share the feedback in terms of a report which is generated. And all of these things are done a very manual fashion. And then for a final visualization and creating a final output, probably we use some rendering applications like SolidWorks Visualize. But what happens in this scenario is we basically lose a lot of time in collaborating with each other, sharing data with our peers, collecting some reports, all that a non-productive or non-engineering time if we calculate. So here I have some inputs from one of the Gartner's reports, so where they talk about that how much time is spent in various activities like merging reviews and feedbacks from multiple team and multiple people. Around 15% of the work week is taken, it's consumed, and then executing a design review with peers, around 40% of the work week is consumed in that, and probably executing a design change with suppliers, 16% of the work week time is consumed, which means there is a lot of time we are consuming in collaborating with each other. So because we do not have a connected system available with us, so wherein what it results in an overall disconnected environment where a lot of things are working in silos, and whatever is happening in a specific team or with a team member, all of us are not able to comprehend, and we are not able to get updated, which basically results in overall inefficient work environment. Let us understand that what is the future of the work environment, or I would say that future has now come to the present with the 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks. So where we get access to a unified platform which gives us tools and applications where we can manage our data, we can manage our tasks using the applications available within the platform. We do have access to a beautiful concept design tool where we have the power of subdivisional modeling to create any sort of a organic shape, or maybe any sort of a complex shape where we might spend a lot of time in normal surfacing. We can do it very easily and in a very intuitive way using the subdivision modeling tool we have. Then for detailed design, we have our own favorite SolidWorks that we have been using for so many years. Then we do have a parametric design tool available in the browser as well that we can use, and we can seamlessly interchange the data with our desktops SolidWorks as well. And then we do have the simulation application also available to probably do a linear static analysis, or maybe do a motion simulation to check the how our assemblies are working in the real working conditions. And then the final output that we actually create to get an actual visualization that how my product is going to look like, and then probably supporting my marketing and sales team with some of the outputs. So our rendering application is also basically built in as a part of the complete ecosystem. So 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks gives you a complete connected work environment with a plethora of applications, starting from data management to concept design, detailed design, simulation, and overall visualization as well. So it is the same SolidWorks that we have been using for past so many years, but it is built much better to suit the current situation and to make us future proof. So it's the same SolidWorks, but with a lot of added advantage to make us future proof. So what happens is, if we are connected products in a unified platform, it results in an overall a collaborative work environment. So let us understand some benefits, and then I will quickly jump into the actual meat of today's presentation, where we are going to talk about the SolidWorks 3D Experience SolidWorks in action. So few benefits I'm going to talk about, which is since this same SolidWorks but organically connected to the 3D Experience platform, which basically also gives us the power of PLM and PDM capabilities. So the data management is an integral part of this product line, whenever I save my data, it's basically saved to a secured location. It's going to be a secured vault, and it basically goes through a complete maturity state as well. So things like revision management, finding out the relationships, searching the data, all is going to be super easy and very, very effective. So my data is going to be organized on the 3D Experience platform. I have access to powerful tools, which includes my own favorite, our robust 3D modeling software application, which is SolidWorks, connected with photorealistic rendering tool, which is SolidWorks Visualize, and also the FEA simulation on linear static simulation and the motion simulation as well. But that the simulation capabilities can also be enhanced with our Simulia roles as well. We can add on top of it. And then when we talk about flexibility, we do have the parametric and subdivision modeling tools also available on cloud. So I'm going to take you through today a scenario, so wherein we are going to see that how an organization use where we have a couple of engineers and manager, and how they are basically using the 3D Experience SolidWorks for doing their day-to-day jobs. So before I jump into that, let me just take you through what 3D Experience SolidWorks is. It is the same SolidWorks, but it is available on the 3D Experience platform, and it is installed from the 3D Experience platform. And as I installed, you don't need to download all the installation manager, and you have to have all your installations done manually. It is just a click, and the software is going to be installed in your local machine. So we call that application as SolidWorks Connected, so which is connected organically to the 3D Experience platform. So it is very easier to deploy, and you always have the latest version, because as soon as the 3D Experience platform is updated, the SolidWorks Connected application will also have some new enhancements, and as and when there's a new version, it will also get updated. So critical fixes are pushed automatically. You need not to manually interfere, and you need not to have a complex admin images and network deployments, and you have an overall integrated secure cloud backup and overall storage and the overall data management capabilities in place. So with this, let me just take you through today's demonstration. So where I'm going to take you through a little design process which we have orchestrated for one of our customer called BioDapt. So BioDapt is one of the unique names that we can see, especially in the smart prosthetics. So they basically develop smart prosthetic equipments for especially for athletes. Those were able had a amputation on their limbs, and they are not able to pursue their extreme sports. So using their smart prosthetics, they can again go back on the field, and they can actually take their passion of extreme sports to a great extent. So thanks to BioDapt for sharing the data set, so that we can show a workflow to our customers worldwide, that how they are able to achieve such nice set of products designed using SolidWorks applications. And today we are going to see that how an organization where we have a few designers and the design manager, how they take a product like BioDapt and how they basically go through a complete design process. So every morning, a design manager will come to office. He will log into his device. In this case, his device is going to be an iPad, and he logs into the 3D Experience platform from the iPad. And on his dashboard, he always has few critical information like sales and business infographics in this case, where he wants to know how the products are doing in past 3 years, and he gets all the information up to date, because his sales team is basically updating all this information. He has some more information like maybe revenue management, okay, how it is being going, and then he can also have access to information like vendor and purchase revenues, how their vendors, how much money they are spending with vendors, and how much revenue probably they are spending in the revenue in the compliance, addressing the compliances as well. So any sort of metrics which is critical is available on this dashboard. Another tab over here called industry and business news, where he has access to all the latest information on a specific topic available on his dashboard. So if he's interested in MSMEs in India, anything happened, any news on the MSME industry is available on the dashboard. Then he basically go to his community. So where in the community he basically come across one of the feedback that he has just posted for one of his designer. So wherein they need to check the design feasibility and probably would like to go through a set of a design review process. So wherein he would like to add certain tasks to his team, okay, and he wants his engineer to work on a specific design change that he has seen in the post that I have shown you in my last tab. So here he goes to his collaborative task application, where he will assign a task, he will write the detail about the task, and then he can set the priority, he can set the estimated duration date, days to be in which this task needs to be accomplished, and something which is very important, from his iPad itself, it could be Android tab as well, he can just drag and drop the actual SolidWorks assembly. So that this is the assembly on which you need to make the changes. So probably it will help the designer to access the data as well. So he have added an assignee over here as well, and then this task is being added, and the designer will also get notified. So here you can see a different views of the Kanban style dashboard. So where you can see the task based on the status, based on the delivery date, and based on the priority as well. So this manager, he comes in the morning, he logs into his device, and then he assigns the task to his team. So I think this is something which is going to be revolutionary, because all these communication generally used to happen either over the phone or over the email, and actually we do not have a track. We cannot attach a data actually from a data management system into a WhatsApp or into an email, and then we can't keep a track of that as well. Then let me just take you through today's demonstration, where I'm going to basically cover how we can actually do the part modeling and documentation in 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks, and then probably will also touch upon the assembly and validation part as well, and then I'm going to talk about a little bit on the platform interoperability as well, where we are going to use some of the applications available on the platform for designing. So let us see that how this design engineer, he once he logs into the platform, he gets access to the notification the moment he logs into the platform in the morning. So he received a notification from his design manager and few other notifications as well. So on his dashboard, he has access to the community, and in the community he can see various posts added by some of his colleagues and his team members, and he is interested in this post added by manager, where he is being tagged, and he goes through the post, and what he needs to do is probably a design change, because the pin is giving much more deflection than expected. So he need to probably make the design change in the bracket, and which is detail of that is mentioned in this particular task as well. So he's able to see the same task in his application, and once he goes to SolidWorks Connected, so there also he has access to the same application within the SolidWorks interface as well. So if you see, the same task is being shown in this integrated application as well. So he can now go ahead and he can actually open the task from within the attachment itself. So he can either open, or he can just drag and drop and open the assembly on which he's going to work from within the task management application, which means he even need not to search the data that where my data is. And now he'll go to my session, and probably he's going to work on some of the design changes. So probably he might need to work on a new bracket. So he's started a new document, and then he's created a rectangular sketch, and then he's going to add some material, then probably going to add use the selection helper to add the fillets, and then probably using our whole wizard application tool to add the holes, and then probably building few more features on top of it to create this bracket, complete the basic geometry of the bracket. So once this basic geometry is done, he will then go ahead and generate the drawing. So probably I'm just skipping these steps because these are something we are already doing day in and out. And also this will give you a feeling that 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks is the same SolidWorks that we have been using for past so many years. I started working on the 3DEXPERIENCE on the SolidWorks in year 2000, where I've used a SolidWorks 99 version. So this is the same SolidWorks, but it is completely integrated with the 3DEXPERIENCE platform, or I would say organically connected to the platform. So now you see, using my search tool, I can actually search the data directly onto the 3DEXPERIENCE cloud application, and within no time I can drag and drop any data and I can open it. So what happens is, when your data is saved in a single repository, that too on the cloud, everything is indexed, overall searching of data is much more easier. And that what happens is, you need not to have a complete data management system in place, because data management system is an integral part of the 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks, which is this data management system is powered by the Innovia brand of Dassault Systèmes. So now on the right hand side, if you see, so we have our drawing completed, and then I have my part also basically associated with it in the Innovia task pane. And then once I'm going to save it, it makes sure that it saves the part as well, because it understands the parent-child relationship over here. So here I'm basically saving the drawing, and it is actually going to reside on my 3DEXPERIENCE public cloud. So once I've completed my basic design of the new bracket and also my drawing, so let me just jump into the basic assembly modeling and design validation areas. But before doing that, let me just talk a little bit about the design tools. These are the same intuitive design tools that we have seen for past so many years. There is no change. The only change is to make it much better, make it connected. We have organically connected it to the 3DEXPERIENCE platform. So whatever data I'm going to generate, whether it's a part assembly or a drawing, it is going to be saved directly on cloud. And once it is on cloud, I will have access to the data on any device, anytime and anywhere. So once we are done with the basic designing of my bracket, so the next job for the designer is to basically make sure that I'm able to assemble it without any hassle. So I can use the same sort of techniques to assemble it. My shortcuts are gonna work here as well. So it is nothing different. And then I can use the standard components already available on my cloud collaborative space, and I can use those fasteners over here as well. And in fact, if other than these, if I have toolbox library also, I can use all the fasteners from my toolbox box library as well. So once I'm done with the adding my my shoulder screw over here, and now I'm going to basically assemble my hydraulic cylinder, and then I would like to see the overall motion of my this extreme prosthetic over here. But if I do this motion, so what I would like to do is I would like to basically go for a motion validation as well. So wherein I want to see the whether my part is going exactly the same the way I want to move it, or it is going to collide. So here I can see that it is being colliding at this juncture, so I can modify the part of my upper bracket over here. So once I have done this modification, so now I can see I have a clearance available, and now I have my users will be able to use it in the entire range of motion. So with this, because I have done so many changes in my main assembly, I have added a new bracket, then I have made few changes in the top bracket as well. So it is very important for me to make sure that I open the drawing and then save the changes in the drawings as well. So if you see on the right hand side, all the maturity state is in the release state right now, and the revision is A1. So since this drawing is currently in the release state, so in order to make any changes further to the drawing, I have to create a new revision. So I can bump the revision, and I can also add a revision note as well. So as soon as I hit the save to the platform, it basically saves the data, and it also generates a new revision over here. So now I have revision B1, and that too in a in-work state currently. So here we have seen the assembly process is also the same the way we used to do in our old SolidWorks, and all my drawing generation, everything works the same way. But the only thing is, whatever changes I do, since the data is saved on the cloud, and I have the complete PDM and PLM system inbuilt, so everything is going to be managed by the Innovia applications over here. So I can actually do a deep insight into the overall working of my assembly, and we have a built-in data management system. I can create revisions. I can actually go for a workflow, a maturity workflow as well. So wherein I can move my data from whether it's a drawing, assembly, or part from an in-work state, so probably to a frozen state, or maybe to a release state. So a point is, there are a lot of tools available which will help you to manage your data from within SolidWorks application. So right now, since here today's topic is actually on 3D Experience SolidWorks, so I'm basically cutting down a lot of things from the data management perspective. But if you are interested, maybe at a later date we can have a detailed session on the data management on cloud as well. So now let me just move to the next portion, where my design manager is going to actually review the task. So since you can actually see the design engineer completed the task, and now you can see that the task is now in the complete state available with the design manager, which means as soon as the task is completed, design manager is also get notified that this particular task is now is completed. And in order to communicate with design manager, what the design engineer has done is, instead of sending an email or a WhatsApp message, he have used the interactive chat capabilities available. So he have sent a message within the task pane over here, within the task itself. So designer says that I'm not able to locate a link part in the platform. Can you please share the same? So since design manager is actually on travel, so he said, okay, I will create one and will share it with you. Although he's right now on travel, he do not have access to SolidWorks. on his machine, but he do have access to X-Design on his mobile device as well. So again, I'm repeating. So here I am using iPad. It could be any device. It could be any device for that matter. It could be an Android, or it could be a Mac book as well. So here, design manager logs in into the platform. He is going to use the X-Design to create a quick link part so that the design engineer can use the same in his assembly. So we have a plethora of parametric tools and features and functionalities available on X-Design, so using which I can actually create any sort of a parametric design by just using a browser and an internet connection. I need not to have a certified machine to install an application, because this application is on cloud. You don't need to install anything. You just need a browser and an internet connection. So quickly he is going to do the same, creating a link part within the using his iPad, using different plethora of tools available. That includes creating a sketch, creating a base sketch, and then probably adding a couple of circles, and then creating a cutout over here. So all these tools, those actually generally we use in day and out. So all these tools are available, and then he's also going to mirror it, and then probably he feels that the thickness is pretty big, so he wants to change the thickness. He can do that at any point in time. So it's a completely a parametric design tool available along with the 3DEXPERIENCE SOLIDWORKS offering. So here, the moment he complete his part, he is going to attach the same part in the task over here. So now imagine the seamless collaboration that happens between the design manager and the engineer. Everything is happening through the task management application. So he has added the same link part, and then he basically sends a message back to the design engineer that I have completed this and added it to the task application. So the point over here is the communication flows very, very smoothly. Now again, I will come back to the design engineer. So wherein he goes to the collaborative task application, because he have seen a couple of notifications, and then he goes to this particular task which was on which he probably need to work, and then this link part is available over here. So from within this attachment, he's going to open the SolidWorks assembly as well as the part which is created in X-Design. So there is a seamless interoperability between both the application, whether it's a 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks connected application which is installed on your workstation, or it is the data created using the X-Design or other X applications on cloud. So there is a seamless data interoperability. So now you can see that using some of the functionalities, we have added the same part which is created in X-Design, and then we have added few fasteners and mirrored it, and now we are going to save the same on the 3DEXPERIENCE platform back. So once we save this assembly to the 3DEXPERIENCE platform, now I can open the same assembly in my X applications as well, because second task which is assigned to me is to create a cover which goes on top of this foot assembly. So once I'm done with this, I will move back to the another X app, which is X Shape. So as mentioned earlier during my presentation, X Shape is it's a subdivisional modeling applications of application available on the 3DEXPERIENCE platform, where I basically start working with a primitive. So primitive is something like it's like a ball of a digital clay on which I would like to do some modifications in its topology, and then probably I can do a pull and push to give this nice looking ball a shape, so that it basically basically creates a nice organic shape based on my requirement. So there are plethora of tools available within XShape which helps you to sculpt your part and then actually give a shape to a body which actually we cannot imagine doing it in a parametric surface modeling technique. So it is very fast, very intuitive, and it is also manufacturable as well, wherein we can also check the draft angles, and based on that we can add the probably modify the geometry, and then we can actually add a shell to it to basically give it a final look and feel. And this geometry, whatever geometry we generate out of here is completely manufacturable and can be read in either in XDesign or in SolidWorks application as well. So now design manager also wants to review what is done by the design engineer. So what I'm going to show you is something I really like. XShape also works on my mobile device as well. So here a design manager wants to do maybe a couple of quick changes, so he can just edit the subdivisional surface, wherein he can go and make some design changes without using his laptop. So within his mobile device, since he's traveling, he'll still be able to make the design changes as and when required, and then he will be in a position to release the final data for manufacturing. So here he has selected some of the control points, and probably he's changing the shape a little bit so that it looks a little more bulkier, and it should also not interfere with the rest of the sub-assembly and the rest of the surrounding as well. So the point over here is we have a plethora of tools available added to our own SolidWorks, and then we can actually use these tools for a seamless collaboration, and we can also use these tools for doing our concept design to the detailed design in a very, very connected environment. So it's completely a integrated product. So wherein we can use the cloud-based parametric design tool and the subdivision modeling tool to sculpt our design, to create our design, and then we can use the same in our actual traditional SolidWorks as well. So apart from this, there are a lot of other applications that can club together, like we have a Simulia applications. Then if we go into a little advanced, we have the other roles available from Innovia brand, from the Delmia brand, where we can have a complete project management, we can have a project planner application, we can also have the CAM applications for which we can use on top of it. So the point is, there are more than 300 applications available on the 3DEXPERIENCE platform, and we can take advantage of all the other technologies from all the other brands of Dassault Systèmes as well. The first step towards this is moving to 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks, which helps you to connect to the platform, put all your data on the platform, and then you can actually use a lot of applications the way I have shown you today. Is actually what I have shown you is not even 10% of the complete 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks. There are a lot of Innovia applications built in for doing your issue management, your change management, your you can review your product structure. You can do all your design review without opening your data inside SolidWorks. So all those things can be done on the browser. So there are so many things available. So probably 1 hour is a very short time to describe everything. So the purpose of this session is to give you a little teaser on the 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks and show you the capabilities and power that it is the same SolidWorks, but with a lot of added advantage. So at the end of the day, we also need to generate the final output. So we do have the 3D, the SolidWorks visualize application also part of the offering that we have, and wherein you can actually generate a real-time rendering, really professional renderings. It can be still images, and it can be a interactive animation, or it can be a VR or an AR content as well, and it could be a nice photorealistic video as well. So the point is, this is the same SolidWorks Visualize, but here it is also organically connected to the 3DEXPERIENCE platform, which means the data, whatever we generate, it will be saved on the platform, and whatever data we want to use will be taken from the platform itself. And then you can use these interactive content, then you can share it within your team members, and you can also use the same for your marketing and the sales as a marketing and the sales material as well. So currently for our customers, we have three type of offers available, wherein we have the 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks standard offer, the professional offer, and the premium offer. In each offer, there are different tool sets available. Like in standard, we do have our 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks standard, along with all the data management and platform capabilities. That includes my collaboration and my data management. And then we do have the 3D Creator, which is my parametric design tool available on cloud, is part of it, which has XDesign application. And then in 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks Professional, where we have a 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks Professional, which is the same SolidWorks Professional that we have, with a few additional advantages. Along with that, we have all my collaboration and data management, and then we do have 3D Sculptor and 3D Creator roles, where we have X-Shape and XDesign applications. Then in 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks Premium, we have the 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks Simulation Designer, so which gives you the capability to do your linear static analysis and motion analysis. So it is the same 3D SolidWorks Premium license, whatever functionalities we have. So we have some added you can say collaboration and the data management aspect on top of it. And then the simulation capabilities are the same, linear static and motion simulation. And the best part is, whatever data we generate during our simulation will be available on cloud. So a quick summary before we open the session for Q&A. So it's basically, it's a complete design platform, and it is going to enable our customers to have a collaborative working environment, and probably making us future proof. And where we have the 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks bundle of product applications available on the 3DEXPERIENCE platform, and we have an integrated collaborative world where my SolidWorks, which is SolidWorks Connected, and the cloud tools integrate with each other. We have an easy to use cloud-based design data management system in place, and then we do have a browser-based parametric and a subdivision and modeling tools that we can even use on any device. And then we have a browser-based task, issue management, and change management applications. Because of little restriction of time, I was not able to take you through all those things, because we have a very, very beautiful workflows that how our people can use these applications along with our 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks. And then we do have a overall enterprise-wide social platform. If you remember, in the starting of my presentation, I have shown you a small glimpse of community. So community is something, the way we use tools like Skype or probably WhatsApp. So in any of our projects, we create a WhatsApp group. So what happens is, when we create a WhatsApp group, it is basically all our data is exposed to the complete world, because you don't have a control over the data. But if you take the advantage of I'm sorry, gentlemen. Yeah, actually, I put my timer for the presentation, so that rang. Okay, so how the communities are going to help us is because it is going to create an enterprise-wide social platform, something like Facebook or maybe LinkedIn or probably Instagram. So it gives you a same interface of collaboration within your design teams. You can even do a video call. You can can do a chat with your peers within your organization, and you can also share your screen as well. So which means it gives you a complete collaborative environment. It gives you a complete social platform, or something like a Facebook or a LinkedIn for your internal organization. So which really helps us in collaborating and communicating with each other. And then remote working is something which is the integral part. In the current situation, probably a new normal is where people would like to work remotely, or would like to work from multiple locations. So still all the data is going to be residing in a single repository. And something that we always preach is, when data is residing in a single repository, then we will be in a position to have access to the single source of truth. Otherwise, every user will have a backup of the data, or probably a copy of the data, but we are not sure that which is the latest version, which is the correct data to follow. So this enables you to get a single source of truth. And mobility is something which is the key of the 3DEXPERIENCE platform. You can access it from anywhere, any device. You can review it anytime, and especially for a design manager, it is actually going to save a lot of time and a lot of efforts in working with a team. So with this, I would like to probably end my talk, and I hope the session went well with the audience. Now I'm gonna open this session for Q&A. So any closing comments, Nikhil, before we jump into the Q&A?
Yeah, the session was really awesome, sir. It was very energetic.
Thank you.
So guys, do you have any questions? You can unmute yourself and ask it, or you can just type in the chat section if you feel convenient there. Yes, Rihan, Yashwant. Like one such question, sir, which comes in my mind, like where we can find where we can get updated with the latest release of the 3DEXPERIENCE platform.
Okay, there are a couple of public communities available. So all 3DEXPERIENCE user will have access to the public communities. So wherein all the information on when the new update is going to come, and what are going to be the enhancements in the new release, all that is being listed over there. So probably once you access the 3DEXPERIENCE platform, you will have access to the public community, and you can have access to all the documentation related to the new release. And just to add to this, every 3 months we have a new release of the platform.
Okay. So by that, our account goes into maintenance, and we get a mail like the platform is on maintenance, so you can.
So how it happens, Nikhil, is all the customers are informed. All the 3DEXPERIENCE customers are informed in advance that this is the date on which the platform is going to be upgraded. Okay, and it generally happens on a weekend. In India, it starts I think around 10 o'clock or maybe 11 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. Okay, and it generally gets completed by end of the day, or maximum by Sunday morning. So all the users are informed that these changes are going to happen to the platform prior. And once the update is done, then next Monday when they log in, they will have access to all the latest updates they have. The only thing they might need to change in case of 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks is they will be asked to do the upgradation of their installed application, which is on their workstations.
Okay. And one such FAQ is like, is our data on our platform safe?
Okay. yes, definitely there are FAQs available on Dassault Systèmes website as well, and then we do have some slides on that as well. So just give me a moment. Let me just take out a couple of slides.
Sure.
Just give me a moment. This is a common question that we get every time we connect to any customer as such. let me just take you through a slide on that. Okay, so here we talk about basically 5-tier security that we basically talk to all our customers. So we are ISO 27002 certified as Dassault Systèmes, and all our infrastructure providers are also certified as well. So here for Indian customers, our data center is managed by AWS, Amazon Web Services, and our point of delivery is based out of, or our data center is based out of Mumbai. So AWS is also certified with the highest security standards. And then the type of security we have is first is the internet level security. So where the traffic is filtered and the channels are secured between the customer and the hosting environment. So whatever data goes from customer to the data center, it goes through a secure mechanism. Then there's a cloud level security where customer instances are independent of other systems, and it prevents any cross customer data access. So it is something like if I live in an apartment and I have a key to my apartment. Okay, so if I'm a tenant, I will go, I'll unlock my door, and only I'll be able to enter. Okay, so similarly, in the same analogy, if you see, although it's a public cloud, but every customer will have their own cloud tenant to which they will log in through their own username, unique username and password. And on top of it, we can also have a two-factor security authentication as well, which can be linked to security authenticators like Google Authenticator. So wherein there will be a OTP which will be generated through a Google Authenticator, and every time when you log in, you can also have you need to enter that authentication as well. So you can actually authenticate the devices on which you will be using the platform. And then is the application layer security. So it does a restricted review of the process, and it goes through continuous threat scanning at the application layer. And then there's a virtual system layer as well. And then there is a physical security layer as well at the data center itself. So to be honest, all our customers need not to worry. It is a very, very secure and well-established system.
Okay. One of our member has given me a personalized message that can we have regular SolidWorks and SolidWorks connected installed on the same PC?
Okay. So if you have a regular SolidWorks and you have SolidWorks connected, as of now you cannot install both of the same version. Okay, but if you have a previous version of SolidWorks desktop, you can install that, and then you can install the latest version of SolidWorks connected.
Okay. And apart from all these applications, like as you mentioned, there are more than 300 applications available on the 3DEXPERIENCE cloud-based platform. I have seen that Dassault Systèmes focuses more on the sustainable design. So is there any allotted standalone application on the platform for that as well?
Yes, there are various rules and applications available related to the sustainability as well. So probably currently a few of those applications or I would say rules are currently available with the other channels of Dassault. Okay, but soon we will hope that those will also be available for SolidWorks customers as well. But apart from this, if I just talk about the sustainability, we do have a small application built within the SolidWorks itself called sustainability analysis, where you can actually find out the carbon footprint for any product that we are designing based on various aspects, starting from the raw material, how it is being extracted, then what is the manufacturing process, what is going to be the shipping process, how distant is the actual user who is going to use it. So based on all those parameters, also comes up with a carbon footprint generation and all. So that is something which is already available within SolidWorks. But yes, Dassault Systems do have a lot of roles and applications available. So maybe in future those can be available to SolidWorks users as well.
Okay. So guys, is there any other query in your heads? So like by these cloud-based applications, their company claims that they can meet the overall requirements of the customers about the workforce of the future, about the engineers, and that goes by the saying, the only progress is human.
Yeah, true. True, Nikhil. So point is, let us try to have the first step, which basically is definitely to have a very, very collaborative and the connected environment. And then there are a lot of tools, technologies available from Dassault Systems that can actually enable you to go really, really far. You can actually expand your barriers, and you can actually develop a lot of innovative products. And there are so many unique case studies available from Dassault Systems, starting from a living heart to the smart cities of the future, to basically capturing all activities happening inside the human body. So with the plethora of applications, tools, and the niche technologies available in different domains, starting which also has we adopted a lot of technologies in the biomedical area, and the construction, and shipping, aerospace, and overall we see there are a plethora of things available. But the point is, let us keep on taking step by step, moving towards the technologies that we have from Dassault. And I think if we start with something like a connected environment, that will basically help our customers in actually saving a lot of time and effort, especially from the design engineer, manager, and the management perspective. And then we can actually go and explore a lot of other tools and technologies as well.
That's great. Any other questions, guys?
Hi sir, I'm Rehan. I have been using SolidWorks for past 1 year, and almost 40 GB of memory has been used in my laptop, and it doesn't run very smoothly. So when compared to this online software, how can it run smoothly?
Okay, so Rehan, when I talk about 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks, this is also the same SolidWorks, but it is connected to the 3DEXPERIENCE platform. So overall, the memory size that you see, the installation size is going to be more or less the same. Okay, as compared to the traditional SolidWorks. Okay, but here the advantages: one is the collaboration, and also the use of the data management capabilities are also inbuilt. But what I would suggest you is to the certified have completely list of certified machines available, because a software like SolidWorks requires dedicated graphic accelerators to basically work very, very smoothly. So probably if you can just check the compatibility of your hardware and software with that, so that will give you a much anticipated result. But in my past experience, I have seen people working on very, very large, so few assemblies that I can actually I have actually worked on when customers is ranging between 25,000 parts, 50,000 parts, and the highest was 85,000 parts an assembly that on which I have worked. Okay, so the point is, if you have a good hardware, robust hardware, so SolidWorks runs very, very smoothly. But why I'm so confident is because of all my past experience working with customers on large assemblies. Many a times they have a lot of issues on handling the large assemblies, and then probably tweaking in something on their hardware side, and then probably also suggesting them some actual best practices will actually yield a good result in terms of overall achievement of your resources, the current resources, and making SolidWorks work much faster and smoother.
I hope that helps you, Rian.
Yep.
Great. So,
Sir, I have been using and doing one internship right now. I'm telling this because the internship company is located in Gujarat and I am in Kerala. So this online collaboration will help me a lot in my future internships.
Yes, definitely.
I just now, as you presented, sharing the files in Excel and all, that was very difficult when compared to all. But this will help me a lot in future.
Yeah, sure, yeah. So in fact, if we go deeper into the data management capabilities, you can not only manage your CAD data but your non-CAD data as well. So here the platform 3DEXPERIENCE platform also integrates with your Microsoft Office applications like MS Word, PowerPoint, and Excel as well. So you can actually manage all your non-CAD data, any project data, all those things as well, very, very effectively. Or you can manage the revisions, and you can also keep all the product data in a unified repository. So that actually helps people a lot.
that's great. That's awesome. So, guys, any other queries? Also, like always, I will drop the link for the playlist wherein you can just go and check out the previous sessions, which I have a habit of posting out there for users who cannot join us live in person. But yeah, we could totally understand. It's not always possible, so I've just like a habit of dropping out the sessions on this channel, so you can go watch it out. And with that said, I don't believe like there's any further queries to the audience out there. So thanks a lot, sir. Thanks for your wonderful session. I've never seen an awesome session, energetic session like this ever.
Thank you.
At that age, it's really a gift at that age to with such amount of energy and passion to use the tool, and that too at that level.
Thank you so much, Nikhil, for giving me a chance to basically talk to the lovely audience, and I would like to thank you all for spending your precious time in attending this session. So hope we can have more sessions in future.
Definitely. So with that said, I will end up the session with your permission, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Have a great day ahead. Good night.
Yeah. Good night all.